Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of iTalkTech. My name is Tamer, and today I'll be giving you guys my final review of the iPad Air 2. But before I get started, make sure you guys go down and smash that like button. Without further ado, let's get started. So the iPad Air 2 comes as the second generation line of the iPad Air. Now the big word with this new iPad is incremental. The new iPad Air 2 is great, but comparing it to the original iPad Air, it's an incremental upgrade. But those incremental upgrades might be big enough to make you switch. Let's first talk about overall physical design of the new iPad. My god, this iPad is thin. It's basically paper thin, coming in at 6.1 millimeters. That's still thinner than the iPhone 6 and the competing Xperia Tablet Z, which both come in at 6.9 millimeters. The curved back and the sides make it really easy to hold on to and makes for a great holding experience. The iPad Air 2 comes in 3 colors: space gray, silver, and the new gold color. Personally, in my opinion, the gold is not what it's cut out to be. In my perspective, it's pretty ugly. Space gray is the way to go. Now we'll move on to the juicy interior of the iPad Air 2. Let's just start off with the screen. It's pretty. Enough said. Let's move on. Okay, no, but it truly is a gorgeous display. 9.7 inches of pure screen display heaven. Screen resolution is coming in at 2048 by 1536 and a PPI pixel per inch of 264. Not only does that screen resolution make it great to look at, but Apple has done something special with the screen. The 3 display components, the cover glass, the touch sensor, and the IPS LCD panel, are now fully laminated, creating a thinner display and eliminating air gaps. The result is a better image contrast and less reflection, something you can definitely notice next to any other tablet. The iPad Air 2 is powered by the latest generation 64-bit Apple A8X processor, backed up by an M8 Motion coprocessor that handles processing relating to sensor data like the accelerometer, the compass, the gyroscope, and the barometer for improved power efficiency. Compared to the A8 chip used in the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, the A8X differs in the following ways. It has 3 cores rather than 2, it runs at 1.5 GHz rather than 1.4 GHz, it has a more powerful GPU to drive the larger screen, it has a heatsink, and it uses finally in all of iOS device history 2 gigs of RAM. Yes, Apple, thank you. Now in less geeky terms, this thing is fast, and it's not that okay fast, but it's that lightning speed fast. Everything opens up almost instantly and the graphics on it are great. Gaming is amazing on the new iPad, as 2 GB of RAM helps in the performance, as well as the addition of a 3-core processor. Who knew processors could come in 3 cores? Both the rear eyesight and front-facing FaceTime HD cameras have been upgraded. The eyesight camera now has an 8 megapixel resolution, up from 5 megapixels in the original iPad Air, as in the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, but there's no focus pixels, enhanced autofocus, no flash unit, or optical image stabilization for video recording. New eyesight features include burst mode, which shoot at 10 frames per second photos, and slow motion, which come in at 720p and at 120 frames per second video, in addition to the existing 1080p video, the time-lapse video, and 43 megapixel panoramas. Now in my real scenario shooting with this device, it takes beautiful pictures, the best I've seen on any tablet. But where the camera falls down is in video taking. The 1080p video is clear, but the color contrast is a little off and falls out of focus very quickly. Then the slow motion video gets even worse, as it's recorded in 720p in order to take advantage of the 120 frames per second. The quality in slow motion is pretty bad, as there's a lot of noise in the video and it's hard to focus on an object. But other than that, the camera is pretty spot on for a tablet. Some of the other things about the iPad Air 2 is the integration of Touch ID, which is a great addition as it's very simple to use and allows the use of Apple Pay, which can sadly only be used online. I was really hoping I could go up to the cashier and tap my 9.7-inch iPad on the register in order to pay for my McDouble, but I guess you can't have everything in life. Overall, the iPad Air 2 is a great tablet and I have literally begun to fall in love with it. The 9.7-inch screen size is a great size, as the mini just doesn't cut it for me, too close to the size of a phone. While the iPad Air 2 has many great features and upgrades, as I said before, it's only an incremental upgrade compared to the original iPad Air. It's up to you whether you think the new iPad Air 2 is worth the extra $100 compared to the original iPad Air. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to go hit that subscribe button as well as that like button, as it does help this channel. See you guys in the next one. Peace.